The people I suspect of being confidential informants followed me out the building. Well, see, here's how it happened. It's called synchronized entry and exit. It's a tactic that they use. It's designed to provoke, what do you call it? Unstable reactions, because they do it so repetitively that it's annoying. But I'm no longer annoyed. I just ignore them and anybody that tries to communicate with me immediately after I leave my building. They want to intimidate me. They want me to keep my devices on airplane mode. They want me to be afraid to be outside. I'm not. So I'm going to continue to go about my life in a normal manner without anger towards people, without hostility, because they're still trying to portray a narrative of me being the aggressor in the apartment building that I live in. It's because I called the county about the mold issue. So yesterday they had, I wonder where the people that did the inspection live and what their apartments look like and what they find is acceptable or what they see as acceptable for me, because the shit in my apartment, I want to ask the bitch, how much money does Drake pay you? Because if they're not paying you $90,000 and your apartment doesn't look like this, fix this shit. So, if they're not paying you $90,000 a year to be a fucking criminal or more, right? I hope they're paying you more if you're just going to overlook the condition of my apartment. And then don't try to blame any of that shit on me having a lot of stuff or the dust. You don't have airflow. The underlying issue is what needs to be fixed in any situation where there's mold. So if there's water damage, abatement is not, you have to make sure the plumbing issue is fixed. The plumber already told me you have to replace the whole pipe. It's going to be a big repair. It's not no simple day of the water being off. It's a big repair. And until you guys do that, there will always be a mold issue within the building. You cannot blame it on your tenants. You are creating a toxic black mold issue in East Hollywood until you fix it. Thankfully, I woke up this morning. Thankfully, I got to go outside. Thankfully, I'm unbothered by the people who continue to try to harass me. All of these people out here are living with mold. I'm fighting for them. So a lot of these people know how to contain it. I would prefer street vending over restaurants at this point, because anything in an enclosed building where humidity has the chance to exceed 50%, you're going to create moldy situations inside. When you're outside the sun, at least you have the sun. So yeah, that's the reason why a lot of these places, that's not dust. It looks like charcoal soup. That's not dust. That's mold. So that's how we're going to start out our morning this morning, every time they send somebody out to walk with me. Here's the most beautiful lady. I don't know if she would like to be on camera, but I'm great. This is a lady. I'm on YouTube Live right now. I just want to tell the community how great your cold pressed juices are. They make you feel so good. It's like a carrot, beet, and celery. And every single one of them has all the vitamins that you need. And this is a lady who's doing good for our community. Have a great day. Does great things for the community. That's the stuff that's going to save you from the toxic mold if you need it. That's the stuff that pulls toxins out of your liver, out of your bloodstream. So if you want to live and survive, go outside, clean your apartment, get some vinegar, go outside, talk to the people in your community. And that's all you can do. You cannot let drug addicts or gangsters control the city, right? They can control whatever they want to control, but when you've been in a building longer than them, take that shit back. So it's the rental companies. It's not just gangsters. Gangsters are in cahoots with the rental companies. They turn it into a trap house. They got a free building from the state, right? State paid them Section 8, $8 million. They got a free building. If 20 of those units, I swear to you, if 20 of the units in my building, let's do the math, were converted and they got paid, I don't know if they get paid the full $800,000 per unit or if it's less than that, but if you take it for what it is and converting a regular, that's why there's so many Section 8 units inside of new buildings, because pretty much the Section 8 subsidy, it pays for the building, and then they don't care if it becomes a trap house because the building's already paid for. So you can watch the transaction for my building on YouTube. They have a video of it where they discuss how excited they were to get it, and they first made an offer, and then they decided they don't want that, and then they went back and they finally made the deal. So what they're excited because they secured a trap house. That's why they're trying to kick me out, because I'm trying to fucking make sure that shit doesn't happen. Yesterday, before they came and did the inspection, one of the tenants, I don't know if she's a tenant, she said she's a caregiver for somebody upstairs, but she went off with the same energy that I have, right? I don't want to go up against them though, right? I'm doing it in this manner because it's dirty and nasty. Just talking to them, inhaling the same air as them is going to make you sick. And that's what it's done for a lot of the residents. And then they just walk in and they're like, no, it looks fine. My apartment looks fine because I've cleaned it up. I'm clean. If I took all my shit out and then just left it in the manner that they think that the apartment can handle, like no ventilation, that's just crazy. And then we have more control, people trying to control the sidewalk and shit, but I don't mind. They want me to be a street walker. I'm just gonna push my cart past this shit because what the fuck? This the same shit, like this trafficking is including making it so you cannot walk on certain parts of the sidewalk. That's what trafficking is. This actor though, paid actor. That's all it is. They think that physical obstacles are things that cause me to be angry. No way. If you can't go fucking over it and you can't go around it, you gotta go under it, whatever the fuck. Debajo, right? Shit. Behind it, around it. They talk about a back door and shit. So anyways, here I am. I have to get fresh air. If you don't get fresh air, that's what makes you fucking sick. Living in an apartment, so here's my thing. I live in an apartment, I work from home, in a job that has the potential to reach 6 figures. If I work really hard, I don't know. That's like including if, I don't count bonuses as part of my paycheck because they're not expected, they're appreciated. But if I were to have a shitload of overtime, which I don't right now because I get my job done in the amount of time that I need to, there's always going to be the potential for me to make 6 figures. And it's really sad, the situation that I'm living in. What's even sadder is the people who make less than me and have to deal with black mold. Because I'll spend $30 on paper towels and not think twice about it. There's people out there who don't have a means to fucking clean this shit up. That's it, that's all. So imagine you don't have the money to go get $7 of vinegar every 2 weeks, every week, every 2 weeks. You don't have the money to buy $30 worth of paper towels every month so you could clean up the fucking mold as it's growing. Like, that's what they did to the Section 8 tenants. They put them in a hot-ass building. A lot of them probably don't even have air conditioners. And then they're just letting the fucking mold grow. People get sick, people die. They take the state's money to keep taking it. They move somebody else in. So while the homeless people got off the street, their situations didn't necessarily get better. One of the reasons you're going to start seeing a lot more homeless people is because nobody wants to live with fucking black mold. It's way nicer outside. It's way nicer outside than living in a building with black mold, right? You hear me? So, ain't no way. You can't fix the homeless population by giving people just a house. They need support, they need programs. Section 8 program needs to be fixed. Because if you pay $3,000 a month for your rent and you got someone in there who's paying $200 and you got to deal with all the the income difference, the rental difference is so big. Somebody paying $200 a month for rent may be clean, they may be able to handle it, but they may not be. Somebody with $3,000 has enough money to clean their shit. So Section 8 really has to stop. They have to help reform drug addicts. They need rehabilitation. They don't need an apartment. They need rehabilitation. Make a motherfucking drug It's drug Section 8. Whatever this is, Covenant House right here is for teens, like wayward teens, I believe. I don't know what their situation is or what their is. Their building looks like it got black mold on it too. Shit. But all of this, like, putting drug addicts in apartment buildings is making Los Angeles so nasty. Take their Section 8 away. You already got their SNAP. Get their Section 8. You don't want to see drug addicts on the street either, so fucking help them. Right? Instead of allowing trap house situations to thrive and survive, take the drugs out of their hands, give them books, give them fucking resources, give them jobs, right? Put the fucking broom in their hand, let them sweep up some fucking shit. Have them be the ones who work on remediation, right? Not everybody who's homeless is a fucking idiot. Actually, more of the homeless people are smarter than the people that are housed, if you really ask me. Right? Imagine you got a mold situation or you can go live outside. I'm taking all my shit, whatever I can fit in a shopping cart, and I'm going outside. That's it. It is not a bad thing to be homeless when you live in a slumlord building. It is not. Right? I'd rather be homeless than have to be forced to live next to a meth lab. Every time I open my door, I got all kinds of weird-ass bacteria entering my apartment because they got to have a shitty killer litter box to cover up the smell of the meth that they're cooking. Right now, for the last couple weeks, ever since I got the letter from the motherfucking county that said they're going to come and do a inspection, it hasn't smelled like meth lab. It smelled like a normal-ass apartment building. Right? I haven't seen random structures form in my cat's bowl of water. And what I mean by random structures, it's like, I guess different types of mold will fall into her water bowl because her water bowl's out in the open. I've had to cover it and protect it since. But because her water bowl's out in the open, by the end of the day, I look in her bowl and she's got like little columns of fucking growing shit in the water bowl. That's the building. That's somebody nasty in your building. That's not coming from inside my apartment. When I close my windows and I close my doors, that shit does not happen. That's the difference. So they do things inside of the building to make you close your windows and close your doors so you don't have complaints like that. But that's not natural in life. Like, people want to have fresh air. People want to open their windows. They don't want to smell chemical meth labs. They don't want to smell drug addicts. I understand. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I quit smoking weed because drug addicts took over fucking Hollywood. Drug addicts and drug dealers. They've always been here. I've known that. But it's at a place right now where it's being assisted by law enforcement and the government. Right now we have law enforcement gangs that don't do shit. They'll drive by my apartment building and turn their sirens on and off real quick whenever they know that I'm about to leave. And when I say know that I'm about to leave, they got an IMSI scanner that scans where my shit's at all the time. How do I know? Because my shit goes on to LTE. I have 5G. Everything's 5G, should only be 5G, but my shit will show up as LTE. So I gotta do an airplane mode, airplane mode, airplane mode, airplane mode, airplane mode, and try to get out from their fucking IMSI scanner. That's drugs. That's motherfucking organized crime. Who benefits from this? Organized crime. Who benefits from this is somebody out there somewhere in a suit that's pushing a pen in an office and looks perfectly normal, perfectly fine, but is anything but. Right? And I know because I get to see it from both sides. I work in the offices with some people like this, right? I have in the past at least. So it's really funny to see rich people be so broke. And the funniest thing is, they are like, when broke people get in trouble or when something happens to broke people, it's like nothing. They handle it. They deal with it. When you see a rich person go down, they're like this. They're falling all the way down, arms flailing, trying to grab onto anything, anybody that they could put the blame on. Anybody they could put the blame on. So right now what I'm experiencing is confidential criminal informant network. And that includes everyone from street people to executives who are trying to set me up as if I'm the criminal so they could get out of their crimes. I could connect it all back. Every single time some funny shit happens, I could connect it all the way back to them. So I don't need to take notes even, right? It's not, that's why they're fucking with my cognition. They try to see if I could tell the difference between 2,000 and 1,000, a 20 and a 10. Of course I can. Doesn't matter though. I've never put a value on money like that. So I will never ever have to struggle. It will never be a struggle. I don't value money like that. That's why God provides. So it's a lot of people out there who need to go find God, right? You don't have to go to church every day. Find Jesus though. Like, one of the things I don't pray for help for myself. I'm not in a situation where I'm desperate. I'm not in a situation where I need anybody from the outside to step in and help me. I do shit for myself. While I can, while I'm able, I will. I pray for other people who are lost and broken, who cannot see the light of day. I pray for people who rely on illegal activities, whether they know it or not, to support their income. This is not a gambling game. It's not a game. You guys are literally trying to kill people and steal all their stuff. Why do you want my moldy stuff? It doesn't make any sense. You don't want my moldy shit. You want to see somebody suffer. You're a Satanist then. It's a lot of wealthy people who attend the temple of Set. That's fucking crazy. You know what all that tells me is all of entertainment Hollywood got touched as kids. Every single person, I mentioned it before. Yesterday when I was on my walk home, I think it was a security guard that I had seen, and she had wide hips, childbearing hips. So I was thinking, she got to be a mom with hips that wide. And it's like nature, you know? Somebody out there, a man out there said, that's going to be my baby's mama. And my thought was, I wonder if she's one of those people who has 3 kids in a studio apartment. And I think she confirmed it. She said she only has 1. I don't know if that means it's not anything to do with the size of her apartment. She's got 1 kid. That's beautiful because it's not a second kid that had to sit through it and listen while the parents had sex in the same room as them. So she didn't traumatize her kid or get them set up or stuck on some fucking that's what creates porn addicts and shit. You were born into your parents' studio apartment listening to them have fucking sex. That's what makes you nasty. That's really what I think. Because it's impossible, right? Unless you got a really good babysitter, unless grandma want to come take the kids all the time, how do you end up with 3 kids in a studio apartment? You had to have sex with them in the room at some time. Everybody's traumatized. Everybody's traumatized. That's where it starts. That's where all your fucking weirdo sexual shit starts. You're mixing sex and kids. Sex, you have to have sex to make kids, but once you have kids, you shouldn't be having sex in front of kids. That's where fucking funny shit is. And it's people's desires that make them not see that. They're like, oh, they can't even hear. They don't know. They're asleep. No, your kid can hear all of that. Your kid knows all of that, and then your kid's going to go to school and try to redo that with another kid. And then that's where you get predators. So I'm really about family, but I don't think that people should be making children if they don't have the amount of space that they need to do so. That's really what it is, right? If the world is so overpopulated and all you can afford is a studio apartment, please do not bring any more fucking kids in this world. I don't care how much you love each other. You don't know what's gonna happen. Your kid, you don't know how their brain's gonna develop unless you're really good with psychology, and you guys think you are and you're not, because I'm still out here and I'm not fucking crazy. You thought you could control me, mind control? No. Everything you do, I'm a call. All I do is I ask why, and then I realize you guys are all hurt as little kids. Everybody fucking with me got touched by a parent, family member, cousin, sister, brother, uncle, relative, dad's coworker. Every single one of you guys. And you make up for it. You try to make up for it by, you think having a lot of money, having a lot of friends makes up for that shit. It doesn't. You're still hurt. You're hurt And the reason you like to have people around you is because it gives you access to other people to hurt. I'm the opposite. I don't need people around me. I don't need to hurt people. I don't want to hurt people. I want them to heal. If you want to talk to me about it, maybe I should be a psychologist. Because I could read straight through all of your fucking shit. So, right? It's like difference. You're working. Hey, buenas. Bien, usted. You too, you too. See, practice my Spanish. I love it. That's people out here trying to work. A lot of you guys think you're working by stealing money from this little app or whatever. I hope you have to pay every day. Keep paying. Pay to play, right? Keep paying. And you're making these fucking little douchebags rich. You're making people that don't take care of their investments rich. How does that work? Imagine like an apartment building as if it were a carton of eggs, right? And each egg is an apartment. Each egg space is an apartment. And you got good eggs, and then you got bad. Don't you want to throw the bad eggs out? You got good eggs. A good egg is someone who pays rent and fucking keeps their shit clean. You can't force an egg to spoil unless you leave it out, right? So that's all that's happening. They're just forcing spoiled eggs. And now all you got is a bunch of spoiled eggs, and then the carton that the eggs are contained in starts to rot. And that's what all these apartment buildings are. Some rotten fucking eggs. You didn't get rid of the spoiled ones, so now the whole carton's fucked. And that's all it is. So get them out the buildings. I look at people like, you want to judge me? I want to see your situation. That's why I don't judge people. You never know. There's people out there with money who are dirty as fuck. There's broke people who are clean as you can never imagine. You know why? Because I experience it. Having money makes me go shopping, right? I have a lot of shit. Accumulation of shit, for no fucking good reason. It makes it hard to clean it. That's exactly what has happened in my situation. But I can tell you that back when you guys thought you had mind control over me, the activities that you made me feel like I had to go do, they're kind of like on a reverse psychology type of tip. Like all the Lego shopping. Some of that shopping I did because you guys were around me with your jealousy. You guys were around me with jealousy, and I was like, bitch, I'm not worried. I'll go get some more Legos. You guys are jealous of Legos? Here, it's going to make it worse. And then I realized that was intentional. I don't even want all that shit. Now I got all this shit in my house. It's all dust collectors. I don't like dust collectors. That's why I gave away the bobblehead. I don't want that shit. I don't want to bring anything else into my apartment, but you guys found a way to make me like something. Then you use your network. There are pieces that were very specifically created, and this might sound crazy to some people, but that was truck number 52. They're part of the harassment. It's an engine, big fire engine 52 and a little truck 52. And they often drive by with their sirens on like that for no apparent reason. I don't think he was going to an emergency. I think that was just to be annoying. But maybe he's on his way to an emergency. But that truck and the big truck drive by my house often, all times a day, with the sirens on. And I don't know if Santa Monica Boulevard is the best street to take in an emergency. So, right, that's one of the most trafficked streets, and you're gonna put somebody's life on the line on a street that's got so much fucking traffic. That's a weird thing to do. Like, logically, you guys have other routes, don't you? This may even be out of his motherfucking jurisdiction. So, yeah, whole network's gotta go down. These headphones that we're used to wearing gate, everybody want to wear their overhead headphones. Look, that bitch having a hard time. She's one of the network. Lady in a Lexus is responding. I guess maybe she has a Neuralink or something. It's gonna sound crazy, but one day you're gonna, like, 10 years from now, people will watch this and be like, yeah, everybody got a Neuralink. Everybody can hear what the fuck she's saying without having a fucking direct connection. They just hear that shit. That's weird, right? So yeah, she's responding because she's probably one of those people who works in an office or works for an executive, and she's mad because her shit's going down. Don't be mad. Don't do weird shit. You signed up for a network there. It's like, I don't know what the prepaid legal shit is, but if I were to imagine prepaid legal on steroids, like just how it sounds, it's a bunch of people who paid $5,000 into a fucking attorney network, right? So it's a bunch of crooked attorneys who then go by and use the most illegal means to control shit. So you can make, if somebody who's part of the prepaid legal network, imagine, hypothetically, I don't know how it works, like I said, imagine they had somebody that talks shit about them, whistleblower, right? Depends on what level you're at. Say you're high level prepaid legal whistleblower, you tell them, I want to get rid of this person. So then they go and get all their street people and they start giving them gift cards and shit to try to make the person you're trying to get rid of look like they are associated with them through drugs, through whatever, crime. And then once they get enough photos and voice files of you, then they portray the narrative any way they want after they kill you. After they kill you, that's when all these videos come out from people you don't know. Well, you won't know because you'll be dead. It's going to be all these stories. Like, the more stories there are around someone's death, the less I believe it. Why is it that all these people want to talk out now? Well, this person's been here 50 something years, and now all of a sudden all these people were really good friends and they know them and they got so much shit to say about. I don't fucking think so. That's all fake. So I want to make sure everybody knows there's not a person out there who can say shit about me because I don't fuck with nobody. Right? So if anybody says anything about me, don't believe that shit. Especially if it's in order to help someone else's narrative. Especially if that narrative is a rich person, like an executive, like a lawyer, any of that shit. It ain't me. I can't imagine making millions of dollars in your career and then facing jail time because you wanted to fucking control a dumb bitch with a shopping cart and a cat. Right? I got the biggest mouth. That's why I know I was not baby touched, you know? I don't keep secrets really well. Nothing is ever a secret. If you got secrets, it shows on your face. You're gonna start stress sweating. Those are the people who need that 3-day deodorant and shit. Get that 3-day deodorant. Stop stress sweating. Stop doing foul shit. You don't gotta worry about deodorant. And that's really what it is. Don't do foul shit and you don't have to worry about deodorant. But I'm gonna get off for a minute and enjoy the rest of my walk. I'll get back on and I'll let you know more shit about how LA Hollywood is working right now. This is August 7th or something, I think. I'll see you later.